Welcome to the mayhem. Dick and Lloyd mayhem. Media mayhem. Marketing a mayhem. You might love it, you might hate it. It's my favorite freaking show.
It was the early 1700s. The country extended west of St. Louis. From there, the frontier stretched out into the unknown, unexplored wilderness. The rivers were the only highways, soon to become the lifelines of civilization. Life along the frontier was full of constant struggle and disappointment, but a spark of anticipation kept them looking to the west. Many dreamed of the unknown, but only a handful of men were strong enough to set out into it. One early fall, two such adventurers rounded a river bend and set the seed for what was to become Kansas City.
How come I never get to sit in the front?
Because I know where we're going.
Wait a minute, we're explorers. Neither one of us knows where he's going.
Sure, I let you sit in front in St. Louis, and not 2 minutes into the trip, we were 5 miles towards New Orleans, and that's been explored.
Well, why do we always have to paddle upstream all the time? Did you ever wonder why all the unexplored land is always upstream?
Would you quit your griping? I haven't had a minute's peace since we left the Pete's Cafe Indian tribe 2 days ago. Desperately eager to put miles behind them, the days were 18 hours of non-stop agony as they pulled their way stroke by stroke against the raging river current. Stopping was the last thing on their minds. To move ahead was to discover. To stop was to die.
I don't care the sound of all this running water. I gotta stop a minute.
I told you to take care of that before we left this morning.
I'll only be a second. Besides, there weren't any hand towels there this morning. What do you think I am, a barbarian?
All right, but make it quick.
You got anything I can take along to read?
Go! Who's there? Is that you? Come out of there. Make yourself known. Who are you?
Don't see many folks passing through these parts. As a matter of fact, ain't seen nobody passing through these parts. Now, wait a minute. I think nobody passed through here a few years ago, but didn't have anyone with him. Well, see you later.
Wait a minute. Hey, old-timer, where in the world did you come from? My partner and I are explorers out of St. Louis, and we're the first to come up the river this far. Well, at least I thought we were the first.
Oh, yeah, your partner. Yeah, saw him back there in the woods a ways back. I gave him some hand towels.
Yes, but who are you? Why are you here?
Can't tell you right now, son. But you must not go any further up the river. You must stay right here. I'll tell you why tonight. Be at my campfire an hour after sunset. Dress as casual. And now, goodbye. And do come again. Help! 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 I can't find my way back. I'll be left here.
Just stand up. Look, we're only 10 feet away from each other.
Oh, thank you. Hey, I saw the most remarkable thing. There's an old man wandering around the woods here with hand towels.
Yes, I know. I had somewhat of a disjointed conversation with him myself. The one coherent thing he said was that we must stay here. We must not travel any farther upstream.
We can't do that. We're explorers. We gotta force our way deeper into the wilderness, so someday our pictures will be on little signs next to the highway, pointing out that this was our trail.
We'll stay at least through tonight. I don't know how he got here, but he seems to know something. Night creeps through the wilderness forest like a burglar. It steals the protection that daylight provides against the wild animals whose prowl begins at dusk. Trees and shadows loom larger than life across the moonlit terrain. But explorers are a fearless breed. The darkness breeds no anxiety, but relaxation, as they attempt to squeeze yet another meager meal from the sparse provisions allotted for their journey.
More béarnaise on that beef jerky?
No. I'm stuffed. That wild mushroom pate appetizer was sensational.
Tomorrow night, I plan an entire theme dinner, starting with a squeezed Indian corn aperitif.
I'll dress accordingly. It's almost an hour after sundown. We'd better head for the old man's campfire and get this mystery solved. They made their way through the brush and timber about a half-mile in, coming to a clearing with a blazing campfire, and one old man standing behind it, wearing a necklace of owl droppings.
Good evening, my friends. The time has come in your journey to put aside your canoes and stop.
I still want to know who you are and how did you get here?
I'm a soothsayer. I come on the wings of an eagle. I soar in the... Excuse me a minute. That'll be fine, son. Thank you very much. I soar in the currents of the universe. The vibrations of this terrain are very strong. Someday a great city will rise on these bluffs, and both of you are here to be a part of it. I see many good things as I gaze into the fire. Yes, someday city life will spring up right here. It'll be a place where entertainers will come and say things like, "It's great to be here in Kansas." Many shopping centers will spring up around the suburbs, and never once will you be able to find a bathroom in any of them. The city will become famous for its barbecue, especially its ribs. But no one will ever find out what those little round, unedible white things are on the end of the ribs.
And so they stayed and cut a life out of the dense, tall river bluffs. And they took women, and made them their wives. Where?
Here you go, gentlemen. I've been keeping these two in the woods awaiting your arrival.
Tough, strong women who would become the cornerstone of the Frontier family. And so the seed was set to begin the city, Kansas City. They set aside their exploring, and they had no regrets.
The only thing I'll really miss is having a trail named after us. That is so cool.
Don't worry about it. Just this morning I saw a very large exploring party go upriver with 15 boats and provisions galore. It was headed by a couple of guys named Lewis and Clark. I talked to them for a minute, and they told me you could have the little signs by the road. They're out to name viaducts.